Ladies and gentlemen, on August 19th at the Democratic National Convention, President Barack Obama said that they are trying to convince you that your vote doesn't matter. And don't let them take away your power. Don't let them take away your democracy. He speaks truth. People, this is really the most consequential election of our lifetime because a libertarian can win the presidential election. On August 15th, according to MarketWatch.com, if the 2020 presidential election were held today, 43% of the people would vote for Joe Biden, 34% for Donald Trump, and 26% of the American people, they say, are undecided. That's us. We make up the 26% of the voting bloc that they are talking about. We are the undecided voter. They don't even include us in the survey. They don't even say our name. Because apparently, independents and libertarians aren't real voters. And our decision, they call undecided. When someone tries to tell you that your vote doesn't count, I want you to consider what it means to be 26% of the voting bloc in this presidential election. There are 538 electoral college votes up for grabs, and a candidate needs 270 votes to win. Hypothetically, if Jo Jorgenen only gets 2 electoral college votes, which is not unprecedented, by the way, because we have received an electoral college vote in the past, and both Trump and Biden get 268 votes respectively, then pursuant to the 12th Amendment, the House of Representatives is required to go into session immediately and choose the president from among the top 3 vote getters in the Electoral College: Jo Jorgenen, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump. Each state has a single vote, and the candidate selected must receive an absolute majority of the state delegation votes. There are 50 votes, and every vote is equal. Wyoming, Colorado, and even California all get a single vote. We already know that 18 votes are guaranteed, half to the Democrats, half to the Republicans, leaving 32 states comprised of both Democrats and Republicans in the House of Representatives. At first blush, it looks as if Donald Trump would win because Republicans control the votes in enough states to win. But as we know, Republicans aren't known for their strong backbone, nor are they known for their love of Donald Trump. It would be easier for some of those Republicans to compromise with a libertarian. This way they can keep both Trump and the Democrat out of the White House. And if Republicans offered Democrats a choice between Jo Jorgenen and Donald Trump, they are literally making them an offer they can't refuse. When they say now is not the time to vote third party, what they're actually saying is that they're terrified of your vote. America has never experienced anything like the year 2020. Businesses have been shattered, churches have been shuttered, and Democrats and Republicans did this to America. I want you to consider what I'm about to say very carefully. We literally control the outcome of this election. They need us to change our vote. But do they wine and dine us? Do they bring us flowers? Do they even invite our candidate to the table so that they might woo us away? No. To the contrary, they steal from us. In communities across the country, libertarians rise to the challenge to give a voice to the voiceless. When the Libertarian Party was founded in Colorado, our original plank included the rights to marriage equality and the legalization of cannabis, among other things. In 2020, when government shut us down and no one said a word, in Colorado, libertarians organized to open churches, businesses, and demand our right to assemble. We invited Democrats and Republicans to join in these fights. And they did join us. And together we helped our communities. But do you ever hear about the libertarian? No. This is because Democrats and Republicans step in front of their libertarian allies and turn our nonpartisan efforts into politically driven arms of their party. They drive libertarians out because we refuse to take their loyalty tests. They call us names and shame us. Like an entitled abuser, they berate and belittle us. Clueless, misguided, easily manipulated, and selfish. These are some of the nice things they call libertarians. Dorks, fascists, Nazis, racists. These are hateful things they call libertarians. They call us a lot of names. But do they ever call us to join the conversation? No. Because they know we don't belong in their vile echo chamber where they spit venom at the Americans who dare disagree with them. Sure, libertarians are known for their fighting rhetoric. Libertarians, we are dreamers, thinkers, philosophers, often quick-witted and sarcastic. During this election cycle, I can't help but think of the words of Frederick Douglass, who said, at a time like this, it's scorching irony, not convincing argument is needed. Frederick Douglass was probably a libertarian. 2020 marks the 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote. It has been said that women bring a new perspective to politics. I think we do. So as a woman, let me give you my perspective. My father once told me to watch how a man acts when he's courting you, because this is when he's on his best behavior. If a man treats you poorly during the courtship, pay attention, because he will never treat you better than this. America, you are seeing your man at his best. Democrats and Republicans have exhausted America with their abusive loyalty tests and demands for public affection. Nos piden la prueba de amor. This relationship with America is toxic, and it has frightened and traumatized us. Libertarians are not the party of intimidation or cancel culture, nor are we the party of mocking and shaming. As a libertarian, your political beliefs are at best the third most important thing in your life. They will never be the most important thing in your life. Because as libertarians, we expect you to have a life free from government control. Libertarians, we do acknowledge certain truths. Yes. America suffers from institutional racism and unconscious bias, but forcing people into silence by using fear, anger, or tribalism will never solve the problem. Democrats and Republicans scream at us daily. We all hear it. Sound is interesting. It can be very intimidating when someone is screaming while standing in front of you, but not so much if they're a mile away. You can't hear them. From a mile away, sound lowers the further you are from the source. As libertarians, we have given ourselves permission to walk away from the screaming. And in the silence, we have heard something else. We have heard the dog whistles from both the left and the right. We listen as their lust for power has polarized families and destroyed lifetime friendships. We no longer hear the political elite screaming from their perch of privilege as they hold America's hostage with their political infighting. They want us to fight among ourselves. If we fight each other, they're not held accountable. We beg the rest of America to say, ya basta, stop it, to close their ears to all political systems that manipulate the terror of the trusting by never allowing a good crisis to go to waste. Shame to any political party who begins or ends a conversation with triggering statements and emotional manipulation. They are a disgrace and not worthy to be a leader of the American voter. America, libertarians control the 2020 vote, and we will never vote for anyone who would rather see this country destroyed than have the other political party in power. They're not rational. America, you have the power to block sound. It is time to close your ears to their endless screeching. They can speak, but you don't have to listen. Make them earn the right to be heard. 2020 taught me that fear is stronger than love, and hate is stronger than fear. I watched people abandon their loved ones to die alone in hospital beds because they feared a virus or a government. I watched people dissolve lifetime friendships because they hated a politician or they disagreed on a mandate. Think about that. People have dissolved lifetime friendships because of political differences. Politicians don't even end friendships over political differences, yet they manage to convince their followers to do this. You cannot reason with people who hate. People who hate eventually destroy. Look deep inside yourself. Do not vote out of hate. Do not vote out of fear. Vote because you love your family. Vote because you love yourself. Vote because you love your country. Vote because you respect your candidate. It is my hope as the chairman of the Libertarian Party of Colorado that you will vote for someone you respect, that you will vote out of love, not out of fear or hate. Vote for libertarians and vote for Jo Jorgenen because your vote matters.